Drivers, start your engines!
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm back on Nascar 2003, this time competing in not the Daytona 500, which is doing a 10% race, so the Daytona 50 really. I am going to be starting from the back of this absolutely chaotic event, and a couple of practices around here, and it should be quite the spectacle. Now, I did want to kind of do qualifying, however, for whatever reason with this game, if I set the difficulty to a stage wherein I can be nice and competitive and we can have a fun race, I am absolutely murdered in qualifying. Absolutely murdered by a massive margin. And if I set the difficulty so that I can be competitive in qualifying, I absolutely annihilate the AI come the race. So, yeah, I don't really know. I think I don't quite have the required skills for lapping ovals on my own, but when we're in a pack and so on, I tend to be okay. Yeah. So that's why I've got the difficulty at where it is, and plus starting from the back is going to be exciting. This is going to be chaotic, because Daytona is, I think, even scarier than Talladega in some respects. Now, I have, much like I did when I raced at Talladega, fiddled around slightly with the track configuration file, so the AIs are a little bit more likely to make mistakes, and they're a lot more likely to be running 2 and 3 wide and try overtakes. Now, I have seen them run, in fact, 4 wide around this circuit as well, and it is likely to get very, very busy. I'm going to do my best to try and stay out of trouble, and that is one of the key things here at Daytona and any of these sort of super speedways. Stay out of trouble. There is likely to be a crash at some point. I might be involved in it. I might cause it. We will have to wait and see. I would really like to think that I can stay out of them. Yeah, it's kind of going to be a case of we'll see how it goes, see how long I can survive around this circuit. The mayhem is about to begin. Now, with the dirt modifieds and at Dover, I wasn't too worried about the start. It is quite important to get a decent start here. We do not want to fall off of the draft. That is when there is trouble bound to happen. I actually got a very good start. We're going to make it 3 wide immediately here. We're going to get to the inside, and I will have that position. Thank you very much. Once more, we are likely to see me hugging the bottom of the track for the entirety of the race. It's just where I seem to be able to get speed. I can't get passes done elsewhere, and the AIs tend not to be too helpful in kind of pushing you past. Like, bump drafting, of course, is a very, very big important thing here, but when it comes to teamwork, the AIs don't just kind of tend to leave you up there, and yeah, it doesn't really work. So we're likely to see me hugging the inside a lot. If we make our way to the front and there's absolutely nowhere to go, we might have to try and push an AI past someone, or might have to hope that we can get a push. It's kind of a see how things go and play it very much by ear. Already they are 3 wide at the front. I've run a little too high there. That gave a slight whiff of an opportunity. Thankfully the car behind was too far back. There's lots of... I love the shuffling that goes on down this back straight. It's fascinating seeing the cars, especially when you are back here and you've got a good view. Just watching everyone change positions all the way through the order. Oh, he did not want to be stuck on the outside for too long there. I can't say I blame him particularly. We are currently in the clear as far as vehicles alongside us go. We've got a little bit of a pocket. Look at the mayhem that is going on ahead of us. It is... It is crazy, and they will run absolutely bumper to bumper for the entirety of the time. In fact, they've got a good little group going on at the top of the circuit. I'm not sure it's working for them, or someone in a red Dodge played that one very risky, coming down right into the middle of the pack. There was a few millimetres to spare. But actually, look, the outside line is working quite okay for now. I don't know if it's going to work around this next corner, though. There's a lot of them up there. Or is he going to leave? I had to have a lift. I wasn't sure if he was coming down. I did not want to end up in the rear of that blue car. Look at the mayhem that is going on ahead of us. This just looks like danger to me. This just looks awfully, awfully dangerous. And all it takes is for one slightly mistimed change of direction, change of lane, And this is going to end in tears. It is solid. Holy crap, this is the first time I've seen it solid 3 wide. In all of the practice races I've done, it's kind of briefly gone 3 wide. It has never stayed like this before. And the problem is we've got 3 trains going on. There's nowhere to overtake. There is nothing that I can do at this moment in time because you can't... You can't go any faster than the cars ahead of you, than the train that you're in. I'm selecting to stick with this bottom line. It does seem to be working through this corner. In fact, we're going to make up a heap of positions. Oh, I might have... there is not much wiggle room there at all. Something is going to have to give in all of this. I fear it's going to be me making a mistake. I fear that that is what is going to be the... be the issue, because this is just ridiculous. The outside line has not gone well. There's a couple of cars have kind of jumped up to get in front of it, but that has fallen back massively. There's a black and red car that is doing relatively well in lane 2 at trying to keep up with the leaders. And this is what I love about racing these sort of speedways. And Daytona, in some respects, Daytona does seem to be even more prone to having these giant packs go than Talladega did, which makes things utterly terrifying for me as a driver in the middle of all of it. We're doing 191 miles an hour. Oh, car came down on me. This is not going to go well. I don't know where we're going to be able to rejoin here without a tremendous accident. Oh, we made it! Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're okay. We're okay. Caution did come out. We fell to 40th and all of that. I don't know if I came up ever so slightly or he got bumped down towards me. We're going to have a breather as we look at the replay to see what happened. I don't know how we survived that. Oh, okay, so the 20 spun. 20 spun across the road. 2 cars spun. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of curious to see how this accident actually started. So as we come off the corner, yeah, I think I came up slightly and we got connected together. Now, I stayed down as low as I could, knowing if I come back on the track, I'm going to spin and cause an accident. The number 2 that we kind of connected with... Where is the number 2? Through... I'm not sure which way we want to go. There it is. So, the number 2... So, yeah, we both spun down here. He tried to get back onto the track, came across the grass and just bumped, yeah, just sort of a slight hit bump on the 6 and the 20, I think it was, that then went pirouetting around. Don't know if they collected anyone else, possibly, in all of that. That's a big un. That is, well, I say a big un, actually. For a crash at Daytona, I'm amazed I got back on the track without spinning. For a crash at Daytona... That is a relatively... I've actually got to now try and... I should have waited until we were out of the corner before pausing that. That's a relatively tame moment. Oh, that is crash survival right there from me. I can't believe we got away with that. The amount of times in various practices, in various... just messing around on this game, when you touch the grass, you do anything too much and you'll have a massive, massive spin. We got away with that one. We got away with that big time. Has cost us a bunch of places. However, we are still in the race. Now we're going to be under caution, and it'll probably take a little bit of time to get everything sorted out. Sorry, we're in 39th place. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Oh, okay, bring the car back down. Don't go crashing into the back of these. You've got to do it in a very, very controlled manner. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to go... Oh, I know. We've kind of overshot. Forgot about how awful the brakes were on these. I didn't know where the AIs were going to be slowing down. So, we'll just play it safe. Get everything under control. And please don't drive into the back of me. Please don't drive into the back of me, cars. Okay, there. I think we are supposed to be in this slot here. If we... See, that's the button we want. Yes, I believe this is where we are positioned in the queue. Right. Now we wait. So we are going to be going green relatively shortly. It is going to mark kind of the half distance in this race. Single file restarts should mean that this will be slightly less chaotic when we get going. We're not quite going to have the giant trains straight away, and I don't know how long they're going to take, how it's quite going to fall. We have got a lot of work to do, because we've essentially lost half the race and made up about 4 places. It's not great. It's not great. If I am honest, I think actually everyone survived that crash. Yeah, no one retired from that impact. There are probably a couple of cars that are so bent up in terms of aero that they're going to be struggling, but everyone is still in the race. We are again going to need a good start. If we can get to the bottom of the circuit pretty quick, sharpish, we might be able to get to the inside. Oh, that's not a good start. There's not a good start. Car decided to jump into the pit. I don't know what on earth went on there. Pit lane been open for like a couple of laps. I don't know why he chose to go then. Why wouldn't you go under? I don't know. Maybe they got bumped as they were going around. Oh, don't come down there, you moron. That was as dodgy as, that was worse, I think, in some respects, than my manoeuvre that caused the mayhem. Okay, we are back underway. I bet the 49 is going to dive down here as soon as he can. Yeah, he didn't dive down there as viciously as I thought he might. We're going to have to kind of work together now if we're going to get back up to the front group. I say we're going to have to work together. It's going to be quite difficult, I think, for us to get a podium now with the field a little bit more spread out as it is, unless there is a very big wreck up ahead. Less likely now that they're more spread out, but you never know with this circuit. There's another one diving into the pits. Peculiar indeed, but there we go, it happens. Everyone is currently still all being well behaved. They're already trying going back 3 wide up at the front, which is not the best thing. Well, I say not the best thing. It's good news for me. The more I can see of that, the better I'm going to fare. The more that they can be fighting and being slow in places, that will work wonders, really, for me. We are pulling away from the cars behind, which is nice. I don't really want to go high here. We're just kind of chasing the draft where we can. He gave us space. There was the initial sort of move across, scared the crap out of me. I think we're going to be in a little bit of bother here, because he has done a good job of holding that wide. Without something happening, I think I might struggle here. We are not going so well. I'm just kind of watching the spectacle unfold ahead of me. There may have to be some there needs to be a big crash up ahead, and I need to have some amazing crash avoidance skills, I think, if we are to catch up here. Let's not go for a pass. Let's just settle for a bump draft. If we can get one, we are pretty much even. So he's got slipstream of the car ahead. This works for me, actually. If we can just sort of teamwork our way onto the tail end of that big cluster. Not got a huge amount of laps to do this in, but it might just work. Annoyingly, the black and white car that I started behind has had a really good start and is right up there in the mix. It's possible that we've bent a little bit of our car in the collision. We lost a little bit of aero ourselves. But when we're down 195, that's the quickest lap I think I've done, a 49.5. So I'm not sure that is really the case. We're just slightly too far back. Bugger. I'm not being smooth enough through the ovals, or through the turns, I think, is what it is that is the problem. Come on, we should be getting a mega slipstream back here. I need a crash. I really need... there's a car out in front there that is running very, very well on his own. He's going to, again, they're going to get caught up. We are gradually catching that 3 wide group. The longer they run 3 wide, certainly the cars on the outside are going to be having trouble here. Again, that was another quick lap in the 45s for me. We have got a little... Yeah, see, we are starting to gain now. We're starting to gain. We're starting to catch the back of the group, but I think we might run out of laps. That's the problem when you get involved in a wreck, even just a minor skirt across the grass that I had. You get involved in a wreck like that, and there is just so difficult to come back. This is we're getting a great viewpoint. We're getting a great spectating viewpoint of this race up ahead. I've said it time and time again about this game. The AI are utterly phenomenal. The AI race so well around here. The way they react to the player, the way they react to each other, the kind of battling that goes on. The only criticism I really have of them is at times on these super speedways, they don't really work so well sort of working together. They don't kind of bump draft somebody, which makes it very difficult to get passes done unless you go up the inside. You just sit on the inside train. That is the only issue I think I could have with the AI in this, is that, yeah, they don't quite make it easy to get passes around the outside. done on these sort of circuits. On other ovals, where higher lines and so on can work on in their own right, then that's not so much a problem. But around here, if you're going to go around the outside, you kind of need a bit of a push off of the turn, and it just doesn't happen. Well, we've kind of all got back up to one big group again. It does look like we're going to be 3 wide solidly. Whether I'm going to cause a wreck, whether there's going to be a wreck, we will, well, find out in the next 5 laps. Yeah, we are... Oh, it's such a spectacle. It's just, yeah, ridiculous going on up there. I'm not being smooth. I think I'm being too violent with the steering, and that is trucking off a bit of excess speed through the corners. But now it's all going to get crowded once more to finish this. I really need to get up to the back of that green car. Come back here. There we go. Look at that. Nicely done through the turn. We might actually get an overtake. The first overtake in a number of laps. This one, our first overtake. Oh, it's not even completed yet. Careful, don't bounce off the apron too much. And this is where we get problems. I say we get problems. This is where we hit the difficulty of we just have to go with the trade. Oh, I've done a stupid. In trying to be smooth, I've then run a little bit high. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're okay. That last lap was the fastest lap so far in this race. Is the number 4 going to come down? Is he going to give me space? Looks like I'm going to be given space. Or is he going to try and dive to that inside as we get into the turn? He wanted to. The grey and blue car has got down. Oh, come on. We are now making up places just simply by being on the inside. We are making up places just by being down here because the cars in the third lane are struggling. So I said, they're not really working together very well. They're not really pushing cars off of the corner. I am very, very squished on the inside here. And I'm having problems. Oh, this is trouble. This is big trouble for me here. Oh, I clicked the apron. Turned in just a smidge too soon. Big mistake by me. It's going to cost all of those hard-worked 4 places have just gone. I could do with a bump. I could do with somebody giving me a bit of an assistance down here. But as I said, the AI not so keen on. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't want to work with me. I've not been exactly the most consistent driver in this race. Oh, come on, come on. We got. As soon as I started getting cars around me, I panic and we make little errors. And those little errors, I mean, while it didn't cause a big accident, it'd be very easy for that to cause a big accident. Damn it, that was scruffy. F46.3 is not good. Okay, 2 more laps remaining. If we can get on the tail of this inside line, or we've run it a little bit wider. There's no one there to try and sneak up the inside. We can kind of just get here and hope. Get here and hope is what we're going for. Bloody hell. I'm so glad that I'm at the bottom, though. You do not want to be in the middle of this. I mean, the top's quite bad as well because you've got a car on your inside and there's a wall on the outside. I mean, to the inside of me, I bump the apron and that can cause a crash, but it's not quite as bad as bumping another car or the wall. So, yeah, I'm glad about where I am. It's still not ideal. Oh, we're sneaking up on the inside. We're going to pass Jeff Gordon. He's just stuck in the middle of all of these cars. Try and be smooth. No, that's me doing silly things again. Doing silly things. Why am I doing silly things? Come on. I know I can drive better than this. The 45 wants to squeeze me. He's not going to be able to get down. He's not going to be able to get down there. I'm going to make sure that gap stays firmly closed. We've got a good run down the back straight. Keep to the inside as much as we can. We've got turning a bit better. Turning a bit better that time. We're actually making up a heap of places through here. Somehow we are recovering well. Oh, the 22 found a gap. I can't really see where we're aiming for. Just hope, 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 push. That's us across the line. Whoa. That is us across the line for the race. I think we came in 16th after all that. The white and green car that we followed that was off the bottom of the trail for so long that we followed kind of through the pack. He did really well in the end, 101. Where did he finish in all of that? Oh. That's okay. That's still updating now. From the overall thing, yeah, I don't quite know where the 101 would finish. I can't believe we got 16th place after a crash. The caution. I'm really impressed that the AI behaved themselves for the entirety of that race when they were all busy running 3 and 4 wide even in places. Oh, brakes. Yep. breaks. I don't think 16th quite deserves a celebratory donut. We were the slight cause of the accident. But, goddamn, Daytona is a terrifyingly difficult place to race in many, many ways. Shall we have a look at that finish? In fact, if we just go skip back, this would be the finish between all of us in the mid-pack. It's mayhem. Look at that lot. This is all... this is all AI cars that are driving this close, racing this well. It's incredible. Yeah, the 22 is so lucky that... because I was having a really good run at this point, but he just got down there. With, if we go to a... In fact, there we go. That's actually quite a good viewpoint. Okay, where he moves is not quite so much. If we go for... Is there a front bumper camera? There we go. Front bumper camera. Just how close was he to the front of my car? Oh, no, there's a little bit more room to spare there than I felt when I was on board. I'm guessing we're going to get quite nice and close as we cross the line. Yeah, there we go. Daytona is certainly an exciting place to to go racing. That one, we've raced the two big super speedways, and the massive crashes. There have been crashes at each of them. They've somehow been relatively small ones. I think we did all finish that race. I think we all finished. Amazingly, if we press F2 and scroll down. Oh no! I tell a lie. I think someone went out with an oil leak. Ken Sith went out with an oil leak. I think the other ones are just having, people having crossed the finish line and so on. So one car went out, and that was one of the cars that was involved in the accident, which means that, yeah, successful Daytona 50 for me. 16th is not too bad, considering how far we came back. The number of overtakes we did on that final run was very, very good. Tony Stewart didn't have a good day, coming 41st. Yeah, well, that is going to be that. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.